Hi, and welcome to the third Q&A with devs. This time we decided to make a video. We're recording in Frag Lab office in Kyiv, Ukraine. I'm Andrei, one of Frag Lab's producer, and here, Taras.
Hi guys, I'm a game designer working on Expedition and other PvE stuff, and also involved in pretty much everything else on the product, as same as every other designer is. So yeah, can answer your questions here.
We picked questions from the community that's either the most frequent or the most interesting, and we'll discuss them today with Taras and with some other colleagues. Will the store and skins be updated more frequently?
Yes, of course. We are actually already increased the amount of offers. The thing is that we didn't actually do the early access for monetization. We started it for like polishing the product and all the stuff. So monetization wasn't the objective number one, but we see the demand, so we add the stuff, and the more the demand is, the more stuff will be in the shop. So yes, we will update it.
Continue this topic. How will monetization be handled upon release?
Well, I don't think there will be any significant difference from what it is now. So it is a battle pass, it is cosmetics shop, and that's pretty much it. Without any kind of pay-to-win stuff.
Is a profile stats page planned?
I believe it's currently in production and will be finished soon.
Is there any future plans to implement ranked play?
Okay, this is a tough one because we actually already announced that we are working on it, but we also have collected some data on game mode popularity, and what we figured out is that our candidate number one for ranked play, for flagship ranked play game mode is Escort. So in order to actually launch a full-fledged ranked play, we need to add more content for Escort. We think we need at least another one or maybe two maps in addition, so it can be, and we also need to work on balance of that map. So ranked play is currently dependent on production for Escort. We are also figuring out what other game modes will be in the ranked play, but it seems that Escort is the thing that community likes the most, so we are working on it.
When we can expect FOV slider? I'll probably take this. Actually, yeah, we know that a lot of players asking about that. And the thing is that there is a problem on technical side with the engine. We're looking into it. I am sure at some point we'll be able to resolve it, but at the moment I am not ready to talk about like any exact timelines. Will there be custom private rooms?
Yes, that's something that we need both for development as developers, and we actually have like that system half done for development needs, but we need to polish it and to make it accessible with normal like UI and stuff like that, so it will take a while to complete, but we definitely want it to be in the game.
And here's the tough one. Can you give me back my money? I believed in the game more than you.
Oh, okay, guys. So it's interesting because how on earth do you think we would like continue developing the game, updating it with lots of new content under all the circumstances we have here in Ukraine without actually believing in that game? I think it is not exactly true that we don't believe in it. I think that it's our like biggest passion in life, and I don't think we will abandon or on improvements or update in the game. That's an absurd, in fact.
Yeah, actually, there are many questions regarding online. Why we are in early access? Like the reason for early access is not to have like extremely huge audience or like earn some crazy amount of money. The reason of early access is to like play with real players, get the feedback, and iterate and to fix everything before full release. Like we never planned to make any marketing at this point. So yeah, the game is not advertised actually, and our plan is to make marketing push for commercial launch. So actually we don't see a big problem with the audience. It's absolutely sufficient to do all polishing the game requires.
Yeah, I think that we actually, our plan for early access was around a couple of thousand of CCU, and the amount of players we actually had initially was absolutely beyond any expectations we had for early access. And there is a natural drop. And I believe as soon as we start marketing our updates, that will fix. But we also see lots of big titles launched this autumn, like Call of Duty, like lots of Coop titles, so Overwatch. So yeah, people are like going away looking for other new stuff. But I think when we start actually working on marketing, everything will be fine.
Yeah, on top of that, we continue improving the game based on your feedback. So by time we'll launch marketing, I'm sure we'll be able to do it the best possible way. We're joined by Alexander, the guy responsible for weapons.
Hi guys.
The main question is, are you going to add tier 6 guns before full release?
Yes, we want to add new weapons to the game, but in our terms it will be not new tiers. It will be special pool for weapons, for all weapons which we will add in future. And player can acquire weapon from this pool. We add new weapons via seasons. If player miss season for some reason or can't acquire weapon from this season, he still already can get this weapon from this weapon pool. But this will not be the new tiers. We don't want to add, for example, 50 tiers, because it will be hard for new players to grind all of them, for example. That's why this will be a pool for all new added weapons, and player can get weapons from it.
Will there be any new type of gun introduced in the game?
Yes, we want to add different new types of weapons, for example, bows, crossbows, lasers, and so on. But in our terms, this is long-term plans. It's not question of nearest updates.
But yeah, we definitely want to add some wild stuff to the game.
Are you adding new weapon modes in Season Bravo?
Yes, of course. As I remember, we did about 18 or 19 mods
like
in the Season Alpha, and the same quantity we want to add in the Season Bravo. For all our base weapons, we add epic and legendary modifications.
Yeah, so there will be plenty of new stuff to grind for. I think there will be one or two in the Battle Pass, and then everything else will be available through Blueprint Grind. So you will have something to grind for in the season.
Oh, that's the good one. Do you have any plans to nerf shotgun?
Yes, in the nearest updates we want to nerf tier 1 and tier 2 shotguns, and have some thoughts about other shotguns, but we at first need to look to our data. And all these nerfs will be in the next update after Season Bravo start.
I would like also to comment a little bit about the shotguns. I think that shotguns are like the most divisive weapons in the FPS genre, and even if you have statistically perfectly balanced shotguns, people will still have two opinions on them, and some will say these are OP and some will say these are unplayably bad. So that's what happens to shotguns. That is how it works with pretty much every type of one-shot weapons. And I don't think we can change this at all. We can keep them statistically balanced, but we cannot keep them emotionally balanced. People will still hate to be one-shotted at close range. And no matter how close is that, even if it's like almost melee range, people will still feel bad about being one-shot with a shotgun. So they will say it's OP. And other people who cannot one-shot at some distance will say, it's bad, it's unplayable. So just like we have to live with that.
What else should we expect in Season Bravo regarding weapons?
About weapons, as I say, there will be some nerfs about tier 1 and tier 2 shotguns. Also, fire spray will get decreased precision damage. Also, fire spray will get some tweaks in attachments. Sniper rifles like Press Arm, Extreme and Reaper get decreased accuracy. And for the nearest updates will be all, but throughout all Bravo season we continue to tweak weapons in different ways.
Okay, good. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And here is Max, who is CEO of our studio.
Hey guys.
The main question people asking, how are you guys doing? Like, how is the situation there? Why is your team not located in America on other safe place?
Well, I mean, I cannot say that we're like super happy here, but we are where we are. This is our country. And Shatterline was developed here, and development of it will be continued to be done in Ukraine. Security-wise, I believe we're in pretty safe place. We have everything that's needed to make sure that we're autonomous in terms of electricity, internet and stuff like that. And also we have a pretty nice bomb shelter right here in the office, which hopefully will keep us safe.
Do you feel pressure to keep delivering updates despite the war?
Well, I mean, probably yes, of course. But on the other hand, if we just focus on what we can do best. We just continue doing the job that we love to do, and this is how we kind of get rid of stress. So yes, there is some stress, but then making games makes us to be less stressed because we love what we do.
And some questions about the story. When did you start working on Shatterline?
It was in 2017 when we as a team decided that we wanna have our own company. And right, I think it was in April 2017 when we just got together and decided like we have to do a game that's gonna be very successful in the West.
I think that's a nice question. Which games inspired Shatterline?
Do you think it's for me?
I think that's for all of us.
Yeah, right. Because my job here is to make sure that creative people are happy to do their job. So creative people should probably answer that question.
I think that the answer will be different depending who you ask. And each person in the studio inspired with something else. So I can answer for myself personally, what games like I am playing. I know what other guys are playing as well, but in fact, like we play pretty much every major shooter on the planet. So it can be Call of Duty, it can be Destiny, it can be Overwatch, it can be whatever else. But the truth is that the real sources of inspiration, for me personally, are different genres. And what we try to do is just blend ideas from different genres and to take these to FPS, and this blend will prove to be something new for first-person genre. So, like for Expedition, I can say it was, for example, lots of roguelikes. Like Hades, it's like a perfect game, and we took a lot of inspiration from there. But is Expedition similar to Hades? I believe not really. So, and I believe that this is like true for pretty much everything, for character design, for whatever other type of design, for environment design. Everyone looks at something he loves and borrows something from there, blends it in his mind, and just like takes it, and it always makes something different. That's what I think.
Okay, thank you. That's it for you, Max.
Thank you, guys.
And here is Glib, designer responsible for console experience.
Hi guys.
The first question is, do you plan to bring Shatterline to consoles? I think, like, it's obvious, yes.
For sure.
Why would we have console design?
No, the consoles are not.
Are the controller optimizations gonna get better?
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna get better, and we will implement this from release to release, from update to update. And in the closest release comes, we have the aim assist user preset system. So the players will be able to choose which strength of the aim assist they want to use, or turn it off completely. That's also fine. Also, during the first season, we've been listening for your feedbacks, and we have a lot of features about the controls in the development, such as dead zones and responsive curves and button mappings, presets, and so on. So stay tuned.
Does it mean that at some point player will get possibility to change the keybinds for controller?
Yeah, on some point they will, but at first it will be the button presets. So it will be right-handed, left-handed, maybe swap sticks or something like that. And we will continue to listen to the feedbacks, and if the players want to make to have possibility to change the button mappings, we will think about it and maybe implement too.
Will this game be cross-play on consoles?
Yeah, we want to make it cross-play. However, it will not be cross-play on the release, sometime after the console release.
Will it be crossplay for all platforms, or console to PC, or something like that?
Console to PC, first of all, and also it will be optional, so the players can turn off this feature if they want on PC or on consoles.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it.
Thank you.
In the next part, we'll be talking about PvE and Expedition. And so please meet Dennis. Dennis is narrative designer.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm a narrative designer here at Frag Lab. I'm happy to talk about lore, characters, Expedition, and co-op mode in general. I'll start with the most frequent question that I hear on Discord and on Twitter about new characters in the game. So, of course, we're gonna have new characters like many other hero shooters do. We're gonna introduce new characters over time. Just please don't expect them to come as often as we would all like, because it's a complicated process. You have to do art, you have to do animations, you have to do voiceover, and
all the skins.
All the skins, abilities,
progression,
and all that stuff. So it will come at a certain point, and we are set to release them regularly, but we will not be releasing a new one until full release. However, I'm going to tell you that right now, as we speak, we do have a prototype for a new character. I'm not going to reveal their origin, abilities, or class right now, but please do know that we're working on it. The next question, probably the second most popular that I hear, is what happened to the length of the co-op missions? At the start, we released 2 long missions, and then at a certain point, we began releasing shorter versions of co-op missions. So in future, you can expect us to release both types. Longer missions will probably come out more rarely than shorter missions. But the main purpose, there's 2 purposes of releasing shorter missions. The first one is we can utilize and reutilize the assets and the environments that we have for longer missions and give you guys some side quests to do in the environments that are familiar to you when you play longer missions. And second of all, not all people, we're a session-based game, right? And not all people are capable of spending 40 plus minutes in the game. For some people, it's really good to jump in and spend 10-15 minutes and log off. And we gotta cater these players too.
Should we expect any new co-op experience in Season Bravo?
Yes, in Season Bravo, you will get 1 long co-op missions and 2 shorter co-op missions. And I'm not sure if I can talk about Invasion.
Oh, you already did. So
All right, so you're gonna get a. I'm not gonna reveal too much about it because you will get a game mode, which will be a new narrative experience for you, aside from co-op missions that I mentioned. So stay tuned.
Will you be adding 4, 5, or 6 player co-op missions?
we are looking into that, and we are trying to figure out how can we do that given the technical limitations we currently have. Because the more players you throw on the map, the more AIs you need, the more VFX you need, and these are all performance issues that should be handled somehow. So the obvious answer is more players that deal with challenges that are designed in a way that have less AI but maybe more cooperation and stuff like that. But that's an absolutely different type of experience compared to what we have now. So it basically should be designed from the scratch. And we are thinking on what it can be, how can it be implemented. But yes, it's fun to have more people than only 3, more friends to just like jump in and play. But currently the expedition or co-op PvE is not designed to be 4-player experience or more.
Actually, when we just started working on PvE, it was originally played by 4 players.
Yeah,
And after some time and it felt something like it was just not enough action for everyone, I don't know. And then we tried to switch to 3 and we decided, it's played so much better.
Yeah, the existing experience that we have with the amount AI we can spawn at a time of 3 players plays like way better than 4 players, so it's just a better game.
Okay. Have you guys ever thought about adding a single player story mode?
I certainly did. If it were up to me, we would do it. I mean, if I had resources, money, and a bigger team, then we would certainly do it. But the game, the state that the game is right now, is designed for multiplayer and co-op experience. It's just the way it's designed from bottom to the top. So right now it's only co-op and multiplayer. Maybe in future, if the game is popular, if we have resources, I would gladly do a campaign.
Will there be endless mode?
I will probably answer this one. Well, I don't think we are talking about like totally endless mode, but we are thinking about how can we do a longer version of, for example, an expedition, or maybe some kind of horde mode experience with waves. But it probably will still be time limited because there are some server-side restrictions. Like servers cannot last forever, and PvE is hosted on dedicated servers in our game. So yeah, we are thinking about how can we do that, but no time estimations as for now because it's all in ideation stage, not even in prototyping.
What's the reasoning behind wanting a 10% completion rate in PvE?
Oh, I love that question. That was me who told that, and I think there is a bit of misunderstanding about what we mean by win rate and what players mean by it. So in expedition, and when I'm talking about 10%, I mean it's 10% of people who actually kill the final boss. But that's not the only way to win in the expedition, because each time you extract and do it successfully is also counted as a good outcome, as a victory. So and if you look on it in that perspective, the win rate can be like all the way from 50%. But if we are talking about like killing the final boss, I think that should be an achievement. I don't believe that every expedition should actually just finish by killing the boss. That's not fun. It's like there should be some challenge. There should be some objective for you to achieve. So yeah, we believe that actually making reaching the final boss fight and eventually killing the boss is your like end goal in the expedition, and it should be challenging. So that's all the reasoning behind it. But again, if you feel it, the current expedition is too tough. Maybe it's your teammates. Maybe it's like you didn't have rolls good enough. You just can extract. Maybe you have too much contamination at this point and you need to extract. So you can do that. Get all your stuff with you that you have already achieved in the run and just extract with it. And it's a perfectly legit victory condition for an expedition. And by it, I mean it's not that 10% of killing the boss.
Do you plan on adding a new expedition map?
Oh, I think I can tell that. At the moment, we are working on pre-production for not one, but two new expedition maps. It's only a pre-production, so we are not talking about like any terms right now, but I hope that one of these maps is something you can see like maybe next year. So yes, we want to have that and we are working on that.
Will you add an option to mute or shorten the dialogues in expedition missions? I love the game, but the voice lines do get a little repetitive after many sessions.
We're aware of this problem, and honestly, it's not a Shatterline problem, it's the problem of every game that you played for hours and hours. The dialogue does get old. So, we're thinking about solutions to this problem, and one of which would be have different set of voiceovers and not narrators whatsoever in new expedition maps that Taras mentioned. Another one is we actually, in release 69, we actually lessened the amount of dialogue that is not related to objectives, just random stuff. So you will hear less of that. But understand this, we have to cater both new players and players who played for hundreds and hundreds of hours. And for new players, the dialogue is crucial for immersion and for just letting the players know what to do in the expedition. So we are aware of this, and we're looking for ways to mend this, and you will hear less repetitive stuff in the releases that come.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there a chance that we could get a hardcore mode for Expedition?
Oh, I have some good news for you guys. So in release 69, it's like one release after season Bravo starts, like in a month after it starts, and maybe a bit later, you will actually see the extreme version of the Expedition, and we'll see if it's challenging enough for you. And if it's not, we will make it more challenging.
Thank you.
Play co-op.
Guys, we have invited Phil, who is our development director, just
And also a cameraman.
a cameraman, there, who shot all that perfect video. I believe it's perfect, is it?
When guys come to me and say that we have a good idea to create a really good video for our players to answer it on all the top questions. I don't. For that moment, I didn't know that it will take 2 days, and we will do so many tools. We will change place twice. We will reset up our light 3 times, and still spend all this time with fun to create the most interesting video for you and create something special for you guys.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, we're better making games than making videos, but I'm sure we'll improve.
Hopefully.
It will be a great video. Come on, man.
I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you.